Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. It's been a really long time since I've done a sit down video and it feels so good to finally do one again because I really do like these kind of videos just because I feel like it's just a lot more personal and I can just really talk to you guys and just, yeah, like it's just, I don't know, I like them better. So for today's video, let's address number one thing, the zit on my chin. My skin has just been so angry with me for the past like 2 months because I haven't done my regular hydrofacials, and I finally got one done like 2 days ago, so they're finally starting to like calm down and just like actually get better. So let's ignore that and let's just focus on what I'm really talking about today. If you guys can't tell by the title of this video and by the thumbnail, I will be talking about lip fillers. So before we even touch on this subject, I need to make a few things clear. Number one, I am not promoting cosmetic procedures or anything like that. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I have a few things done, but I'm by no means promoting it or encouraging people to do it like just cuz or anything like that. Personally, the way I feel about these kind of things is, you know, if it makes you happy and if you're doing it for the right intentions, which is for yourself and not for anybody else, not because this is trend, nothing like that. Like if you're doing it for the right reasons, then I'm 100% for it. For me personally, this is something that I've been wanting to do for a little bit to fix something that's been an insecurity of mine, which I'll touch on in just a second, but I don't want you guys to feel that I'm pushing it and telling you guys you should do it or you need to do it or anything like that. This is just something that was a personal preference and I'm 100% happy with my decision. And if you guys are wanting to do something like this, I really want you guys to think about your intentions and, you know, the why, and if it's going to make you happy and if you're doing it for yourself and your own happiness, not to please somebody else or not to fit in anywhere else. Like I want you guys to make sure that this decision is for you. So that was the number one thing that I had to get out of the way before we jump into things. And just remember, at the end of the day, not everyone is going to support your decision or like what you did, or, you know, they might prefer you the way you were naturally or whatever. And you know what? Everyone is entitled to their own opinions, but those who do have opinions, and even for yourself, what I want you to remember is that at the end of the day, as long as the person who made the decision is happy, that's all that should matter. I've always been someone who says keep your opinions to yourself if you have nothing nice to say, and I mean we've all heard that since we've been little. So if you guys have any negative opinions about what I'm talking about today or how I look or anything like that, please keep them to yourself. I would rather not have to address it and just like talk with you about it, because I am definitely someone who just doesn't take that stuff. So you best be sure if you're going to say something, I will say something. If you follow me on Instagram story and Snapchat, I already said something yesterday about one comment that someone made. They actually accidentally DM'd me their opinions when they meant to send it to their friend. So that's another thing. If you're going to talk bad about someone, make sure you do it right, because I mean it's just funny for me. Like I don't really care. Like it was just funny that she sent it to me instead of her friend or whatever. But like I said, at the end of the day, whatever you choose to do, whether it's something that's cosmetic or, you know, a decision in life or whatever it may be, just remember that as long as it makes that person happy, that's all that really matters at the end of the day. And I mean, they don't change as a person or anything like that. They're still the person that you love and adore, so don't let that change your opinion on anybody. The reason that the video is late, I have had these fillers done for about a week, but the reason that it's late is because I actually got them done on last Thursday. Today is Friday. By the time you see this, it's Sunday. But anyways, I got them done the Thursday before my birthday, and I was heading to Edmonton for my birthday weekend, and I was gonna see my whole family. So what I wanted to do was have my family see me in person, just because I do really care about my family. It's important for me to tell them personally about things like this, so I wanted them to see it first before them seeing it on social media and wondering what did I do, blah blah blah. So I wanted to wait until they saw it, and of course until they healed a little bit more, until I did this video. So now it's been over a week and they are amazing. I am so happy with them. So that was a really long intro, so let's jump right into the questions and answers of some things that you guys may have in regards to this topic. So the number one question that I'm probably going to get is who did them. So I'm from Calgary, Alberta, for those who don't know, and I went to Veins and Skin Solutions and I saw Pam. She does the fillers and Botox there, and she was amazing. She's been doing it for I think over 10 years. It's like 10 to 15 years or something like that, and she was just super knowledgeable. She made me feel really, really comfortable with my decision, and I honestly just trusted her to do whatever she thought would look best. and I couldn't be more happier with the results, and I would highly recommend her, especially because, like I said, she was willing to answer my questions, she made me feel comfortable, and she was just really reassuring about certain things. I think that you really need to trust the person who's about to inject something into your face in order to do something like this. So the fact that I really had that trust and connection with her made me feel really good about what I was doing. So if you guys are looking for someone in the Calgary area, then I would definitely recommend Pam. Her social media and the clinic social media will be linked on the screen as well as in the description box down below. If I forget anything, by the way, that I'm saying, and I realize this as I edit, I will make sure to include it on the screen and stuff like that. So yeah, that's who did them. I mean, maybe I should backtrack a little bit and talk about why I did them. The reason I decided to do fillers was because for the longest time, my smile was something that was an insecurity of mine, believe it or not. If you know me, if you follow me on social media, you know that a lot of my pictures are like smiling and stuff like that, because I genuinely really do like to smile and just brighten up people's day, and I just like to smile. So that's something that I love doing, and it was just something I was self-conscious about, because when I smiled, my upper lip actually would disappear, which is a very common thing actually with a lot of people, and then my smile would become really like gummy like, and then like just the size of my teeth and stuff like that, like it just I didn't really like the way it looked. But I mean, that didn't stop me from smiling or anything like that, but it was definitely something that bothered me for a bit. For the longest time I considered doing veneers, but veneers are hella expensive, and I can tell you that lip fillers were definitely not as expensive as veneers would have costed me. I was thinking about what my options were, and lip fillers was something that came about, and I did some research. I talked to some people, and I talked to some nurses and stuff like that, and fillers seem to have been the best solution for me. So I figured, you know what, like there's no way I'm gonna find out whether I like it or not unless I just do it. So I hummed and hawed about it for a really long time, and then finally I found Pam. I talked to her and I just did it. And usually when people get lip fillers, they do it gradually, so they'll do like a quarter or a half a syringe at a time. For me, I decided, you know what, with all my past experiences, I've always done like a little at a time or whatever, and like just with like anything in general, like I usually go like a little bit at a time, or I go with the smallest option or whatever. But you know what, I've learned through all my experiences with cosmetic procedures and with just like general decisions in life that you need to just kind of go all out or nothing, because at the end you usually wish you had gone bigger or done more, and then you end up going back and doing it all over again. So for me to save that back and forth, I was like, you know what, Pam, you do what you think I can pull off and what would look good and what would fix my main concern, and we'll just go with that. So I let her do her thing, and I totally trusted what she was doing, and like I said, I couldn't be more happier with the results. So if you're contemplating doing it, personally, I mean, it depends on your nurse obviously, but I personally say just go with, you know, the most that you think you would do and would look best for you. Or you could definitely go the gradual way. I'm just someone who goes all out or nothing. So, I mean, it's really personal preference, but just knowing me and like my indecisiveness and stuff, like I just know that I would have gone back anyways. So to save me that little bit of a trip, I decided to just do it all out. So, I mean, that brings me to the next point, is how much did I do? And I did 1 full syringe on the top lip and then half a syringe on the bottom lip. I had pretty full lips to begin with, as you'll see in some of the before and after pictures that I'm posting all over the screens and stuff. So definitely the fullness wasn't a concern to me, but like I said, I really wanted to fix that smile, and in order to do that we had to fill up the top lip a bit, and then to kind of balance things out we did a little bit on the bottom lip. And because my lips were already full as it is, and just with my features and stuff, I am able to pull off the more fuller lips. So that's why we decided to do what we did. And yeah, they look amazing. I think they suit me really well. I've had lots of compliments on them, with the side great compliments, but for the most part I really like them, people like them, and I just think they really suit me. So yeah, that's how much I got, and the kind that I got is called REVANESSE. I don't know too much about it, to be honest with you. I had to read up on it, so the best thing that I would recommend is you guys read up on it too. So I will write down what it's called, and I'll put a link for the website down below, but Pam explained it to me and stuff like that, and like I said, I did a little bit of my research as well, and it's supposed to last really long, and I believe that they're Canada made. Like I said, I just really liked the way that Pam's clients looked with it and stuff like that, and the fact that she says that the longevity of it was pretty good was another reason I decided to say, hey, sure, why not? Honestly, like for me, like when I find someone that I just trust them full out, and that's how it honestly should be. Is the same thing when I got my breast augmentation. I totally trusted my doctor and what he said, and with things like this, you just really need to find that one person that you trust. That is like the ultimate thing, to be honest with you. I guess another question that would probably come up is, how is the pain?
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
And I mean, when you watch the videos of me getting it done, like I kind of make that like face where it's like, ooh. Ooh, but like honestly it wasn't that bad. That topical numbing cream is on a whole new level. I thought the numbing creams that I've tried in the past for like when I used to get like flu shots and stuff, yes, I used to use numbing cream when I got my flu shots and stuff because I was a little baby. I'm not the best when it comes to needles going into my like body. Like I'm good with like tattoos and stuff, but when it comes to like actual needles, no bueno for me. But when she did this one, so basically she does things a little different. I'm not sure how many nurses do this, but the real syringe where the fillers are coming from is like massive. Like it's a huge needle. And what she actually does is puts it into a bunch of small needles. So like the needle was probably like this long, like the whole thing, like even the little syringe was like this long in total, and the needle was probably like that long, so like super small. You'll even see it in the videos. And basically she does this method because it's a lot easier to control, and it's just like a lot less intimidating than having this big ass needle go into my lips. So I really like that she did that. So anyways, like I was saying, the numbing cream is really bomb. It's like 20% something. So they were numb, and so was my tongue. It tasted pretty nasty, but as long as I was numb, that's all I cared about. And it lasted a few hours, to be honest. Like, it took a while to get my feeling back again, but with the numbing cream and stuff like that, like, you barely felt anything. Like, you'd feel the needle, like, go in. Like, you'd feel a little bit of a poke, but that's honestly it. Like, it was kind of like an annoying poke, but it wasn't like constant. Like she'd go in, inject it, take it out, that's it, you know? So it really wasn't bad. I'm so sorry, the lighting's changing, the sun is just coming out, so you'll notice the change in the lighting of the video. I'm really sorry, I'm using natural lighting. But anyways, like I said, she used all these small needles and it was honestly not painful whatsoever. Like I'd rate the pain like 1, to be honest, like 1 out of 10. 1 being like not painful at all. So it definitely wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it'd be a little bit bad, but it wasn't. I did get a little bit of bruising like right here. You guys will see it in some of the pictures. So I wear lipstick a lot just to kind of cover that up, but it wasn't anything too bad. If you're afraid of needles, like don't be. Like it was obviously a little bit scary because I was like watching myself as recording, but if you don't watch, then it's really not bad. And if your nurse does it the way Pam did it, then it's really good. But I couldn't imagine one of those big needles going into my mouth, like just no. So that's how the pain was. As for recovery, there's really nothing that you have to do for recovery other than a little bit of massaging 2 to 3 times a day, just because you do want to smooth out the product. You don't want it to become like all bumpy and stuff. And Pam was really good at telling me what my homework was, which I really appreciated, because there's nothing I hate more than you investing into something and then not being told the proper homework to make sure that the results come out the way they should. She's very particular on how I massaged it and how often to do it, because you also don't want to do it too often because you don't want the product to go away. So I really liked that about Pam. And like I said, it was really easy to do. Like I honestly did it when I woke up, I did it like midway through the day, and then I did it before bed, and then as days went on, like I diminished it to like 2 times a day, and then now I like don't really do it at all. So that's the recovery. And honestly, like right after you get the thing done, like I was out at the mall, I was eating, drinking, like there's no limitations whatsoever once you get them done. However, I do have to say that I did like sipping out of a straw better while they were still like a little bit swollen in the earlier days. I mean, now I'm fine doing whatever, but like the first few days I definitely did like using a straw rather than just sipping straight out of a cup or whatever. So that was the only thing. And I mean, I didn't even ice my lips or anything. Like we iced it a little bit right after just because I was like bruising and like really swollen, but it's nothing bad. And like in the beginning you can't really do this, but now I can. It's just something that comes with time as your lips like smooth out and like the product like just, you know, settles in. And what I found really, oh, this light, I'm so sorry you guys, this light is just, no. Anyways, we're almost done the video, so just hang tight with this quality of lighting. What I found really cool was that Pam had different techniques and like methods of like depositing the product in order to get the look that I wanted, and I thought that was really cool, and I really liked that she explained it as she was doing it. I'm such like a huge person when people like explain why they're doing things and stuff, and like you should be able to ask all the questions you want, and that was something that I was able to do with Pam, which I really appreciated. And like I said, that just made me feel more comfortable. So when you guys are considering to go do this, like make sure your nurse is like really open to like just any questions. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, you're paying for something and you're putting something into your body, and you have every right to ask all the questions that you have. So don't be afraid to do that. I think that's pretty much it. In regards to advice as to what I would advise you guys to do prior to doing something like this, is just do your research. I reached out to quite a few nurses before I decided to go with Pam, just to get different opinions and, you know, really feel out the nurse and see how I get along with them. And honestly, Pam and I had been talking for probably about a month before I decided to go with her. So, you know, take your time with this kind of stuff, because like I said, like, once that stuff gets messed up, it can be a little bit of a hassle to get it all fixed. So you want to make sure you're going with someone who really understands you, who you trust, and really gets what you want to do. You need to choose the right one. So take your time doing your research and bring pictures of what you really want to achieve. And just remember that at the end of the day, the nurse will recommend what they think looks best on your face shape and, you know, what matches the features that you already have and stuff. So you do have to take that into consideration as well. My biggest advice would be to do your research, be patient, and remember, again, to make sure you're doing this for yourself, nobody else, not for a trend, not for Instagram, nothing like that. Make sure you're doing it for yourself and your own happiness. So, but in summary, my experience with Pam at Vein and Skin Solutions here in Calgary was amazing. The Dr. Hill even came in and introduced himself to me, kind of told me that I was in good hands with Pam, and he was just showing his excitement of me being there. And it just, like I said, from the beginning, when I started to talk to Pam on Instagram, straight to when I walked through that door, straight when I walked out of that door, I felt really comfortable and welcomed, and like I just felt like I was in really good hands. So I'm more than sure that I will be there again to get my touch-ups. Like, I won't let anyone touch my lips after this, to be honest with you. I'm like someone, like, just like when you find like a good hairdresser or nail person, once you find that good person, you just stick to them. Don't go bouncing around places and stuff. Like, just stick to that one person. So I'm definitely going to be back there for my touch-ups, which I can bring you guys along again if you guys would like. It's not going to be for another few months or so. Everybody's body metabolizes the product differently, so everyone's touch-up time ranges. But I think for me, because I work out a lot and stuff like that, I'll probably be going every few months just to get a little touch-up if needed. I mean, I think at a certain point, like, your lips just kind of stay, from what I see at least. So that was my overall experience there. I want to thank Pam again for the amazing work. I want to thank those who have complimented me on them, and I'm sorry that I didn't really like straight up answer you on Instagram and stuff. I just wanted to wait for this video to come out. But I want to thank you guys for the support and the love that you guys have shown me on Instagram and Snapchat and stuff, if you guys have noticed already. So that wraps up this video. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope this video helped you if you're contemplating fillers. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below in the comment section and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I'll actually be going to see Pam next week for a follow-up just to see how they're doing and stuff like that, which is really nice of her. And if you guys have any specific questions that you guys want me to ask her, then definitely leave them in the comment section or DM me on Instagram, Snapchat. I'll be more than happy to ask her. But if you guys have made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much. If you guys want to watch more of my videos, don't be afraid to click right here. And if you guys aren't subscribed already, click right here. And I will see you guys in the next video.